So, hello and welcome to my 2000 kilometer review of the Ciclotek 250 watt front hub motor kit. I will start with an overview of the components in this kit, and here are a few components that I have not installed on my bike at the moment. This is a brake lever that comes with the kit, and it works with mechanical disc brakes and V-brakes and has a power cutoff, so whenever you apply the brake it will cut off the power to the motor. It's a good brake lever, but I have wanted to use hydraulic disc brakes and it doesn't work with those. Here is a thumb throttle for the left hand, and I don't feel I need that either, so these parts have been left over for me. And here is this did not come with the kit, but this is what I used on my first frame, where I had this kit mounted. It's a small frame bag, and I used this to mount all the electronics in. And let's move on to the bike. I have the kit installed on now, and I'll show you the components that are on the bicycle. So this is my current bicycle. It's a Bullet cargo bike. I just finished it a few days ago, so most of the kilometers in this test have been ridden on another bicycle. It's a normal mountain bike. The 2000 kilometers were ridden on that bike, and now I have maybe 100 to 150 kilometers on this bike. And as it's a front hub motor, obviously I have the motor installed in the front hub. When I first bought the kit, it came installed to a 26-inch hub, but I took that installed to a 26-inch rim. But I of course had to remove that, and I have now laced the hub to a 20-inch BMX rim. The spokes that came with the kit, they were 2.6 millimeter thick, and I found spokes for this wheel as well in that thickness, but then I also came into contact with a German Ebike specialist, and they recommended to use butted spokes, 2 millimeters to 2.3 millimeters, and so far my first 150 kilometers have been okay. It will be interesting to see if these thinner spokes will hold up as well as the thicker ones. So as I said, 250 watts. There's a lot of these motors out there on the market, and as you can hear, there are no unhealthy sounds when I rotate the hub. It's just the grass down there making a bit of noise, but other than that, nothing else. And the wheel overall stayed really true for 2000 kilometers. When I took it apart, it was straight as it was when it was new. So that was the front hub motor. Let's go and have a look at the other components. So this is the cockpit, and one other reason why I wanted to get rid of the brake levers that were included in the kit was that I wanted to make the cockpit as clean as possible. And as you can see, the only extra wire now in this cockpit is this going from the LCD screen down to the controller. And let's power it up. There you can see my total kilometers at this time, 2,354.8 kilometers and 139 hours and 36 minutes spent in the saddle since I got this kit. There are 5 levels of assist. I can toggle between the levels here. That's maximum assist, and then you can go all the way down to no assist at all. And there are 3 different screens. This has the total distance showing here, and the average speed of the last since you last zeroed the screen. And if you push here, you can see the battery voltage, and that has the maximum speed of my last trip. And then this will show the actual speed when you are driving and shows your distance. So this is when I was last riding the bike, 20 kilometers, and took me a bit over than 1 hour. So let's have a look where I have the controller mounted. So this is obviously the battery, but then here in this separate little box is the controller and all the excess wires. I bought this box from eBay. It was very cheap, some $5-6 perhaps, plus shipping, and I tried to use it on my previous bike, but there was so much extra of this motor wire then, and it wouldn't simply fit inside the box, and I felt it would be too complicated and risky to try to shorten that wire. But now with the cargo bike, the motor wire is exactly the right length, and also the other wires I tried to make shorter or somehow make them disappear here inside the housing. For example, here I made the wire double a few times so that there would be as little of extra wire as possible inside the box. And now it all barely fits. I don't want to open it for you now, but there is the controller and then all the connections inside that box. So what are my final thoughts on this kit? I think it's really a good piece of equipment. It was fairly affordable, between 300 and 400 euros shipped, and it really helped me get through the winter on my bicycle and taking 2 kids to daycare back and forth every day. I had no issues at all with this kit. The motor has worked, the control connections, the LCD screen, the battery. No damage to any of these, even though the bike was outside in -20, -25 degrees Celsius, in the snow, in the rain. And it just was really reliable. What I would like to do now, I would like to open the hub motor and just have a look inside what it looks like after 2,000 kilometers, and I'll post a separate video on that if I manage to open it. I have to fabricate a special tool for that purpose. If I would go out and buy a hub motor now, I perhaps would not buy a front hub motor for the Finnish winter. To have the motor up front is not ideal in slippery conditions, so I would probably consider a rear hub motor or perhaps a mid-drive motor. But I sort of like the idea of the hub motor, because there every component is separate. In the mid-drive you have the controller integrated into the whole package, so if something breaks there you cannot switch out a single component, but you end up buying bigger units, whereas with the hub motor everything is separate. So that's what I like about it. Yeah, I totally recommend this kit if you are interested in an affordable electric bicycle. This is a good piece of equipment, and I'm looking forward to another 2000 kilometers on my new bike with this kit. So thanks for your interest. The Ciclotek 250 watt front hub motor kit has worked as a charm for 2000 kilometers.